Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Wells versus MAPP. You all have been together 12 years and have 2 children together. And Ms. Wells, you have opened your case with us. Why?
He's a club promoter, and so of course he's around a lot of different women all of the time. And I think there's different warning signs that I've noticed, like he'll get phone calls late at night and he doesn't answer the phone. Certain text messages, he'll cover up his phone so I can't see it. If I do find out that he's cheating, it would be over. Like, I'm going to throw his stuff out of the house. I'm going to set it on fire.
First of all, Your Honor, the presentation of my business, I have to surround myself around beautiful women. Like, nobody's gonna make money in the club without seeing beautiful women in the club.
It's a sad perk that you have in your business to have to be surrounded.
Yeah.
Poor Mr. MAPP. You gotta be surrounded by beautiful women
And
for
I
your
understand,
business.
I understand.
And I know that that's part of it. But, here's my tear. That one little teardrop right there for you.
I mean, that's why I do it, and I make it known. I don't hide anything. She sees the pictures online, but she gets sidetracked.
But you don't have to sleep with them, though.
But I don't sleep with them, and that's why we're here, because I have nothing to hide. I've done my dirt in the past, but that's the past.
What was that dirt?
That dirt, I mean, I've cheated before. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I was sexually greedy in the past. I was going through a stage. I mean, you've been young before. You've been in different parties, you know. Hey, you never know.
I was young once.
No, you have never been that young.
I was young once.
All right, let me just say this to you, Mr. MAPP, so the record is clear. We have been together since we were 18 and 17 years old, so he has never been that young.
I've been young a little bit.
You ain't, what? What'd you say? Your true
Not young like that, no.
Oh, I was
But
about to say, we get ready to break out true confessions up in here. Okay. All right, so he's heard about being that young, right, Mr. Cutler?
Well, you know, you've
heard about being that young,
Yes,
right,
I've
Mr.
heard about being that young.
All right. Just making it clear.
It's just
All right,
what I have to
so
do.
Ms. Wells, let me ask you this. What made you stay with him knowing about this sexual greed from the past?
I mean, he is a good person. I do believe that he does have good intentions. He's very romantic. He does a lot of stuff just because, like, I'll come home and there'll be roses, everywhere for no reason. Just very sweet. But now that I think about it, it's like, were you getting the roses and the flowers because you were feeling guilty or because you actually wanted to do it?
Okay, so he says he's changed, and you're saying,
Yep, because the phone calls late at night, why can't you answer the phone? Just because I'm sitting right here, or the text messages, why are you hiding it so I can't see it?
So, Mr. MAPP?
yeah, what are you hiding?
Nothing at all. When she look at a message, she's not reading it. She might see emoji or something on there. Women uses emojis a lot, and she wants to respond without knowing all the information.
All right, but Mr. MAPP, it's one thing for her to look at a text message and maybe misinterpret it. It's another thing for her to see you
What you doing?
texting while you're hiding,
who is
turning
that?
your back.
What is that?
I mean,
what you doing?
that's not taken out of context.
What are you doing?
That's something a 5-year-old can recognize that you're hiding something.
You're right, Jan. There's nothing I'm hiding. I just feel like it's my job sometimes to make my clients feel special. It's nothing physical. That's the point.
So are you telling them that they're beautiful, that they're attractive?
I tell them they're beautiful, of course.
But Ms. Wells, you're concerned that it's more than just promotion words.
Right.
Why?
There's pictures that I saw on social media with him and these other women. They're half naked.
We know these
Well,
models
okay,
don't step
now
out with
I've
clothes.
been to a club and women dress. What? I can't go to a club?
Go on, tell your story.
All right.
I'm doing this.
You watching me?
I'm watching you.
All right. Okay. I've been to a club. You've been to a club. We know how women dress in the club. They're not dressing in the club like they're going to church on Sunday morning.
Well, depends on what church you go to.
Well, there you go. And so if he's a club promoter and he's got pictures of women in the club, they're going to be dressed a certain way. So are these the pictures that you're seeing in his phone?
I actually brought some of the pictures with me, with some of the girls that I think that he's having an affair with.
We need to see
I
these.
can't wait to see this. Please,
Ron,
Sean.
would you grab that for us, please?
All right, let's take a look at these photos. Well,
I mean, usually when people take a picture, they're both facing the camera.
There's a way to take a cordial
Yeah,
picture.
but this is like she's got papers. She holding on you like she's got ownership.
It's strictly nothing. Like, we take pictures like this all the time. It's part of that's how you sell it. Like,
all right, well, let's
look
look
at beautiful women. Everybody wants to go to the club.
This is another woman.
That look on his face.
That's how you sell the picture. It's called being in character.
Why none of these women facing the camera? That's what I can't understand. If you promote
they
your
all
picture,
turn up against you.
And this is not even in the club.
This on the
It's
street.
outside of the club.
How is this
Outside
picture
the
promoting the club?
Come on.
But that's
Let's march. Wow.
Okay.
Now, that right there, now that's a Halloween party.
Oh, look at this
And her
one.
boob is like all on you.
Yeah, she's hanging out and she's hanging on. All right, so these are the women that you are concerned about.
And nothing.
And you think he's sleeping with them?
Yep.
It's just business. We just
Strictly
we
business.
make it look good.
All right.
This court has identified and located a whole number of women that you've been seen with at the club, and they are here today.
Hey,
Well, bring them out.
bring them in.
Ron, would you please
ready to
escort
see
our
'em.
witnesses in?
Yes, Sean.
Bring them in.
Ladies.
Just all my beautiful clients. Just
Mr. Mapp, have you slept with any of these women?
none, Your Honor. None.
Let's ask them. Ladies?
Have any of you slept with Mr. Mapp? Have you slept with Mr. Mapp? Have you slept with Mr. Mapp? Have you slept with Mr. Mapp? And finally, have you slept with Mr. Mapp? No. So none of you have done that. He is just working on your behalf.
These are just all talented women that I represent. You know, and we
So,
can
Ms.
do good
Wells,
business together.
The expression on your face, you're not buying this. You don't
No.
believe this.
No,
They just
absolutely
said it.
not.
They just said it. We're gonna sit here and
Why
It
don't you
could be
believe
someone
it?
else. If it's not them,
You said it could be somebody else. Are there any other women in particular that you're concerned about?
his female business partner.
Okay, and why are you concerned about her?
Well, she came about 2 years ago out of nowhere, and then now all of a sudden they're best friends and they're always together. They took a business trip that was supposed to be 1 day. It ended up being 3 days. Some nights he doesn't come home from the club. He'll stay the night at her house.
Okay, so here's my question. How does a 1-day business trip turn into a 3-day business trip?
I mean, we added some extra stops to it. I mean, that's just
He
all
still
it is.
can't get it right. Go ahead.
I mean, that's the truth, though. We added some extra stops, but nothing inappropriate happened. We
Okay,
take trips all
let
the
me
time.
ask you I'm gonna ask you the key question. Did you call your girlfriend and say, we adding 3 more days to this?
I told her. I want to come home.
No, he didn't.
Cause see,
So I didn't text you. We're not coming home today.
Yeah, the 3rd day.
frankly, you don't think it was business, you think it was business that was
Right.
going on.
It's never anything to worry about with me and my female business partner. Like, we just got a strong bond, and we handle business together.
They
So
argue
you are
like
s-
how me and him argue. It's
And
very
they-
passionate.
You believe that they are actually intimate.
Yes.
Think, Your
Have
Honor.
you
Think
been
that's what she
intimate
thinks.
with your business partner?
No, Your Honor. Not at all.
Not ever.
Not ever.
You know, there's her side, there's his side, and of course there is the business partner side, and she's here. Ron, would you please escort our next witness in, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please. Please.
Nakina Owsley.
Mr. Owsley, you are Mr. Mapp's business partner, is that correct?
Yes.
There's been some concern about a 1-day that became a 3-day business trip.
Okay.
Can you tell us how did that become a additional 2 days on that business trip?
I mean, we an entertainment company, we a booking agency, and we club promotion. So 1 day might turn into 2-3 days.
Okay, you know, my judge's ear caught something. You're like,
We.
We.
That
That
sounds
was-
like a couple.
oh, it did. It sounded
Yeah.
real coupley.
It's not no couple thing. We just business partners and best friends.
So you're part of the family?
Yeah. I see the kids all the time. I babysit their kids all the time and everything. So she knows exactly who I am. I come over by the house and everything, so.
Miss Wells, is she part of the family?
She's his business partner as far as I'm concerned.
But not part of your family?
Right.
Do you let her babysit your children?
He does. I don't. So if she is watching them, it's because they were under his supervision, like if I'm at work or something.
Miss Ousley, have you ever been intimate with Mr. Mapp?
No, ma'am. Tells me nothing but good things about her. So from my perspective, they have a very good relationship. And I never had anything to do with him like that. It's always been a business relationship between me and him.
Miss Ousley, do you find him attractive?
He ugly to me.
So he is not your
I like
type.
dark-skinned guys. I like dark-skinned guys. He's too light for me.
Okay, so he's not your type?
Not at all.
He is not your attractive
He's too short, too. Like, I like tall men.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna just pull away. Pull slowly away from that conversation. So he is not your attraction template?
No.
But he's a good friend to you?
Yes.
And you've not been intimate with him in any respect?
No, none whatsoever.
Miss Well, do you believe her?
No.
We've got a 12-year relationship here on the line. We've got children involved. You've already said that if you find out he's cheating, you're gone.
Yep, it's over.
To get to the bottom of this, the court has also ordered a polygraph examination of Mr. Mapp, and we have those results. Ron, would you please escort our certified polygraph examiner, Kendall Shull, into the courtroom?
Mr. Mapp, is it anything you want to say before we go to the results?
I have absolutely nothing to hide, Your Honor. I'm ready for the results.
All right.
Mr. Shull, you asked Mr. Mapp, since the end of 2016, have you had physical sexual contact or intercourse with any female models you've placed in your clubs? What was his response to that question?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
You asked Mr. Mapp, since 2015 up until now, have you had physical sexual contact or intercourse with your business partner, Miss Ousley? What was his response?
Your Honor, he pleaded the fifth and refused to answer the question.
It makes no sense. Why would I have to be asked to question this? It's so obvious. Like, it ain't no way.
You could have answered the
It's
question.
no way.
You could have answered.
Because, like, it just,
Okay.
it makes no sense. I feel insulted to be asked that question with my best friend.
Well, why didn't you feel insulted with the first question?
Because, I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here for that, not for the business. We do nothing but business.
Ms. Wells, I think this is the first time that this has happened in this court. How do you feel about the fact that he pleaded the fifth and refused to answer?
He's probably guilty.
Ain't no way.
Because if he wasn't, why not answer the question?
Mr. Mapp.
It's a pointless question. It's pointless. It's pointless. It really is.
Okay, Mr. Mapp, you started off and you've continuously said you are here to clear the air and prove you're innocent.
Right.
How in the world are you clearing the air by saying I'm pleading the fifth on a critical question? In fact, I think you've dumped more pollution in this than we had before we started.
It's the truth. It's nothing I have to hide.
Well, if you don't have anything to hide, you don't have to plead the fifth. That's real easy.
All right, we have a third question.
Get to the results.
You asked Mr. Mapp, since the end of 2016 up until now, have you had physical sexual contact or intercourse with any woman other than Miss Wells? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
You said 2015?
16.
Nah, see, I thought you said 2005.
Well, that doesn't make any sense because you said back then you were being sexually greedy.
All right. But I'm not hearing it.
Mr. Mapp, you've got one last chance. What happened?
Nothing happened, Your Honor. I don't see how they said it. Maybe I was just.
Maybe you were just telling the
I was
truth.
just nervous. I don't know.
Maybe you were just not telling the truth.
That is the truth. I have absolutely nothing to hide.
Miss Wells, you came here to get answers, and you found out he was being deceptive. Where is your relationship headed from?
At this point, it's over. In my book, he's guilty, especially passing up that question. He's lying on another one, and he's still lying.
I'm not hearing that. No test gonna end what we had all these years.
But you had the opportunity to tell the truth.
I told the truth.
Mr. Mapp, I'm not sure what to tell you because until you come to grips with what happened, your relationship can't come to grips with what happened.
We have counseling available for you. You all, if you're not going to be together as a couple, you have children, you need to learn how to co-parent well. And as we say in this courtroom, do not cheat yourself out of an opportunity to have a happy, healthy, trust-filled relationship. Court is adjourned.